Hey guys, hope everybody's having a good day today. Let's talk about it. Make me understand. So, back when I went to school, and I watch a lot of videos and stuff, and I see a lot of things going around, about how as officers we violate people's rights and we can't question you and we can't do all these different things. But you know what? When I was growing up and going to school 40 years ago, 45, whatever. I'm getting old, guys, sorry. But when I went to school, we were taught civics, government, and history, and how all that was tied together. Okay? And civics kind of explained the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and all that stuff. And, the fact of the matter is they don't teach that stuff anymore. And the changes that they make to history now, it's ridiculous. And that's why we don't have hardback books anymore. Everything's done digitally. And that way there they can go in and change one time and changes everything out there. They don't want you to know the truth, and I get that. But I see a lot of videos of where people are talking about their rights and cops are violating their rights, and especially auditors. Okay? But the problem here is, guys, what you're saying, sometimes you are way off course. You are wrong. And I'm sorry to tell you that you are wrong. And I see older guys, I see cops that are on here and talking about how they just love you auditors. I don't know. Maybe they got fired. Maybe they're just disgruntled. Maybe they don't know the laws. I'm not sure. But some of what you guys say, you're way off course. I don't care if it's a public, private building, whatever. Some of you guys are wrong. You might want to take a civics class and learn all the laws. Because, see, one law might have fixed another law and might have been passed to correct all that. But y'all don't know that. And y'all want to say, only roll your window down this much and put your driver's license on the window and stuff. That's not how that works, guys. But see, what you're doing is you're telling these kids that that's how it works. And reality, that's not how it works. So you got innocent people out here trying to mimic what you're doing. Guess what? They're ending up going to jail a lot because they don't know what they're talking about. So I'm going to give you guys some advice. Take a civics class. Take a government class, not the new ones. Take the older ones that actually meant something, that actually taught you the way the system actually works. Because in your logic of thinking and what you're teaching these younger kids coming in trying to follow and mimic what you're saying, they're not getting the full gist of it because our schools are so stupid nowadays. Our education system is just a joke. And it doesn't teach kids anything about nothing. But the biggest thing it don't teach them is how the Constitution, how the Bill of Rights, how everything is structured. And why one law was passed to fix this law or put into place to make it to where, because think about it, guys, come on. I mean, logically speaking, I know some of you can't think logically, and some of you guys have no common sense. So let's get this on the fast track here. Years ago, it was okay for a man to beat his wife into submission if she didn't submit. Well, that got out of control. People got hurt, and some got killed. So laws were passed to correct that because we didn't have anything in place to protect everybody. So I get it. You think that our government has too many restrictions, and hey, I'm not far off. I'm right there with you. I think our government tries to control way too much. But here's the thing. If we didn't have those laws put into place, that would open it up because there's good, bad, and evil out here. It opens it up for the evil people to go and do what they want to do to anybody they want to do it to. And that's where my job comes into play. My job is to go out here and protect the community, the weak from oppression. See, that's my job. And that's where you guys get it wrong, because you're telling everybody that it's okay to do certain things that they really can't do. And I get it. Nobody likes to be told what they can do and what they can't do. But here's the thing. If we don't have rules and regulations and laws in place for everybody to follow, because as a United States citizen, guess what? I'm not the only one who took an oath. So did you. You might want to read your oath as a United States citizen, because you are bound to obey all laws of the land, whether you agree with it or not. That's the truth. But learn what the Constitution actually says, because we've gotten to a point, in my opinion, we've gotten to a point where laws are being challenged and changed, and Supreme Court rulings and all this kind of stuff. We don't think logically anymore. We're changing things based off a biased opinion. And here's the thing, like for years and years and years, people said, you can't spank your child, you can't discipline your child. Well, now we got a whole couple of generations of kids that are out of control. But see, the laws never changed. You can discipline your child. The problem is public opinion. So all that right there, civics, government, and history taught us all of that. Every bit of it taught us how all this system works. And I'll be honest, guys, I don't agree with our whole system. And I know every one of our systems are broken. All of it. Okay? Every single one of our judicial systems are just a joke. Every one of our systems are broke. Our healthcare, our schooling systems, every one are broke. And some of you go out here just to get a rating, to get a view, just so you can try to get paid and become TikTok famous. But you're letting kids see these videos, and I know it's not your responsibility as a person, as a good human being, to actually care about what happens to someone else. But someone else watches your video and they don't know the ins and the outs, maybe that you know. But a lot of you may not know, and that's why y'all end up getting arrested at the end of the day. But you're teaching these kids, and when they run up on a no-nonsense kind of guy like me, I'm not there to hold court on the side of the road, and I'm not going to. And every situation is different. If I can talk you down, I'm going to talk you down. But at some point, some of you guys don't give us an opportunity to try to talk you down. You want to escalate it and take it as far to the top as you can. Well, I don't have 14 hours to sit out here and deal with you. And I get it. Our mental health system is a joke. Our drug systems are a joke, because we're not helping these people. But you guys that get out here and make these video clips of all this, you're hurting more than you're trying to fix. And it can't be that way. Guys, we got to fix this. These are people. These are human beings, and you're not giving them the correct information. You're not. If you're going to do it, and I've seen some of you auditors, okay, I'll give you props. You know what you're talking about. To a major degree, you know what you're talking about. But the majority of you don't. You get out here, you take your camera, you shove it in somebody's face. Well, now you're violating other people's rights. And I understand that there's no privacy in public. I get that. I understand all that. But I want y'all to stop and think about something. By your own actions, you're setting up other people for failure. Because they think what you're doing is 100% right. Some people are simple-minded. Some people are very uneducated nowadays. And they don't understand what you're saying. So, if you're going to do your videos, do those people a favor and try to make sure your information is accurate. Okay? And don't forget the fact that you took an oath as a United States citizen too. So learn what your oath is before you try to tell me to make sure I know mine. Because I know mine. But I also took civics, government, and history in school. So I know the ins and the outs of all of it, and I know why it's designed and set up the way it is. And I understand our country is so backwards right now. I get it. Everything is a joke nowadays. But guys, I'm seeing more and more people out here trying to mimic what you're doing. Man, those people are getting screwed up. Because a lot of times they don't need to go to jail, but they push and push and push until they've tied our hands and made it to where we have no other choice, because we couldn't talk them down. And I know everybody's on this de-escalate thing, but sometimes you can't talk everybody down. So at the end of the day, I have to make a choice to take them to jail, and so do a lot of other people out here because of your videos. But you don't take into consideration your own actions. Guys, I got to roll, but that's my thoughts for the day. Y'all have a good day. I hope this video helps, but do me a favor. Let's try to work on the education system and put back civics, government, and history. Old school stuff that actually is the truth and it means something. Because this new crap y'all got out, you're a joke. Have a good day. Love you all. Like and share the video and subscribe to the channel and help me grow. See y'all later.